And joining in studio now is Mr. Eric Parkinson. He is the CEO of the Target Development Group, stock symbol's TDGI. Eric, good to see you.
Good seeing you, Don.
Now, I know we had some time together earlier this summer when we were down at SeaWorld and the premiere of the Turtle movie. I understand that's coming out on DVD now. Tell us about that.
It is. It continues to play in theaters. We've now played 125 theaters in 45 markets across the country. The home video release is November 15th. It's coming out on DVD, Blu-ray, and we also have a combo package with DVD, Blu-ray, and a digital copy, which some of the mass merchants find to be a real consumer-friendly item.
Now, that's been a fantastic relationship between your company and a very large company like SeaWorld. I mean, you must be very proud of that.
Yeah, I think it's a real endorsement of the direction of Target Development Group in Hanover House, to have a major company like SeaWorld Parks and Entertainment and their newly formed SeaWorld Pictures division partner with us and partner specifically on Turtle: The Incredible Journey. And we're looking forward to doing a lot more projects with SeaWorld. We think that their market reach, they have 25 million visitors per year. They're a multi-billion-dollar company. They have terrific ability to reach out through advertising and PR. And that's just a great way for a smaller independent film company to position itself when marketing that type of film.
Now, what I think is amazing is that when a company comes on this program and we talk about having a partnership with a very large company, usually we talk about one. You have another partnership that we've just announced on last week's program with Regal Entertainment Group. Tell us about that.
Yeah, and that's extremely exciting for us because the partnership that we've made with Regal Entertainment Group, which is the nation's largest theatrical exhibition chain, they have over 6,700 screens across the United States, I think is a real paradigm shift for independent films, and it's a tremendous association for a company like Hanover House and Target Development Group. They are the exclusive theatrical exhibition chain for All's Fair in Love. All's Fair in Love is opening October 28th through Regal. Stars Christina Ricci and Cedric the Entertainer, Bill Engvall, and Margaret. Great cast. Christina is really hot right now from her new Pan Am series on ABC. In fact, just outside in front of the studio here, I've just grabbed off the newsstand just all kinds of different magazines with Christina Ricci on the cover. So we're excited about that, and we're excited about the media support that we're getting for the film. But Regal's association to us is a tremendous endorsement. They have the motivation now to promote All's Fair in Love, which is something that an independent film company almost never has, an exhibitor out promoting their movie. This is a really interesting experiment, and if it works, I think it will change the way independent films are distributed.
Well, you're absolutely right, because you and I had a conversation before going on the air, and an exhibitor would normally not promote the movie because they might be promoting a competitor down the road. But since this is an exclusive relationship, they have that incentive to do so now.
They do. Regal has the confidence that if they run the trailer for All's Fair in Love, and if they put up the standees and the posters, and if they do a mailing to their millions and millions of Regal Crown Club members, that consumer is going to have to come to a Regal to see the movie. They're not going to go to a competitive theatrical chain like would happen with a movie like Iron Man that might be on 3,000 screens. So it motivates the exhibitor to promote the film, and that switches to the economic model in Hollywood right now, where all of the marketing onus and costs currently are being borne by the studio, which squeezes the profit margins for studios. So we think this is a real mutually beneficial way of marketing a film. It's good for the exhibitor, it's good for the studio, and if it works, we think that will change a lot.
Well, if it wasn't for independent films and companies like yours, I mean, these kinds of films wouldn't even get made today. I mean, it seems like today a movie gets made only if it's a remake of an old movie or a TV show from the 60s or 70s.
Well, the major studios are adopting a tentpole attitude where they would like to come out with 6 to 10 big event movies a year, movies like Iron Man and Mission Impossible 5 and just on and nauseum through infinity, because there's a certain amount of built-in awareness, and they know that they can open those pictures big, even if they're not particularly good movies. They can open them big, they can keep their market share, they can ship the number of videos they need to hit their annualized revenue goals. Movies like Steel Magnolias, movies like All's Fair in Love, Hoosiers, even Terminator, which was originally done at $6 million, those movies would not be made into the current model. And by switching that model between a company like Hanover House and Regal Entertainment, I think you're going to see a bit of a renaissance for what I would call mid-level quality films.
It must have been, from the point of view of the company, such a tremendous feeling to have a company as big as Regal say, yep, guys, we're going to do this with you. I mean, you're our choice. This film is our choice. Let's move forward. I mean, that must have been a champagne moment.
It really was, and of course we're humbled beyond words to not only be the first movie that has been selected, but to be the first studio to ever have an affiliation with this major company. And Regal's excited. They've opened all the doors to us for their marketing team. We're going to have, I think it looks like, a very disproportional visibility of the trailer up in all their theaters and in their in-lobby monitors. And anybody walking into a Regal location is going to know about All's Fair in Love, and we just couldn't be happier about that.
Now, you just said something I want you to reiterate for us. You're the first movie and studio that Regal has done this with. So you are the guys that they're breaking ground with on this concept.
That's right. And there's equal level of excitement and terror to that, because we really want it to be successful. If it's successful, it could be the precursor of additional ventures with Regal. And Regal wants it to be successful too, because they know a lot of people in the industry are looking at the launch of this to see if Regal has the chops to pull it off. And so it's exciting.
Well, I think the planets are lining up for you. You have Christina Ricci in the movie, of course, Cedric the Entertainer, two very big stars. As you mentioned, Christina is really hot right now with the TV series Pan Am. I think it's pulled like, what, 10 million viewers in their first week. That's 10 million people who are thinking about and maybe doing Google searches of Christina Ricci right now, and invariably they're going to run into All's Fair in Love.
That's right. And her star continues to ascend. She's, like I said, she's on the cover of lots of magazines. She's doing the different talk shows, and there will be a series of talk shows that she does for the support of All's Fair in Love, which is occurring on October the 25th is our media day in New York City, but the movie opens October the 28th. And Cedric the Entertainer has a terrific following from his various films, Barbershop, and I mean, his resume is too long to talk about on MoneyTV, but both of them, as well as Bill Engvall, who's had very successful video series and kind of a redneck comedy background, and Margaret's been around for several generations, and these are all great cast members that we think are going to draw people in to see this film. And we got a terrific review from Premiere. They said it's hilarious and original, the year's best date movie.
Wow.
So we thought that was exciting.
Well, here's a Hollywood success story for you. Target Development Group, TDGI is their stock symbol. Eric, congratulations on these, I mean, nothing short of fabulous blockbuster developments. Thanks for joining us again.
Thanks a lot, Don.